Good morning. Welcome to your 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. We have some fairly pleasant conditions across the region this morning, seeing some northwesterly breezes start to kick up here in the past 30 minutes or so. We'll continue to see those winds gust around 25 to possibly as high as 30 miles an hour for this morning into the early afternoon hours. Most likely going to see that just below our wind advisory criteria of 25 knots, but can't rule out a brief time period when we have a wind advisory today. We'll see, in general, dry conditions today, no chance of precipitation or lightning, and fairly good sky conditions. We'll have ceilings well above 3,000 feet up the cirrus level, around 25,000 feet today. So some filtered sunshine expected for today into the afternoon hours. Looking at our surface analysis, we do have high pressure building in from the west. It's going to be continuing to give us these nice conditions that'll move overhead tonight. That'll give us a chilly start to our Wednesday, but overall going to see in general just a few areas of high pressure moving in and out of the region the next few days before we see our next better chance of rainfall come into the weekend. So looking at our current satellite imagery across the region, you can see we do have that cirrus cloud streaming in from the Ohio Valley. That'll be the case throughout the remainder of the day today, and just in general, as I mentioned, some dry conditions expected. Take a look at our observation page here across the area, seeing those northwesterly winds start to become a little bit more gusty as we have more mixing with the heating of the day starting. We'll continue to see those winds gusting, as I mentioned, around possibly 24, 23 knots today. And taking a look at our HRM model for a day into tomorrow, you can see that it's cirrus cloudiness across the region today into the overnight hours tonight. And we'll see a windy day for our Wednesday, associated with a cold front that's going to be approaching for later in the day on Wednesday. And that could possibly give us a brief sprinkle late Wednesday evening into the early overnight hours of Thursday. But overall, those chances are under 10%. And just going to see some windy conditions with this system moving through and dry weather in general expected. Taking a look at our European model for the extended here, high pressure builds overhead tonight and then moves offshore on Wednesday. There's windy conditions expected, as I mentioned. Thursday, we'll see a windy start to the day, and then winds dying down throughout the day on Thursday. And then we move into our Friday morning high pressure overhead. Another chilly start to the day. Could even see some temperatures in the 30s to start out the day on our Friday morning. And then moving into our Friday afternoon, we'll see another cold front quickly approach the region, give us a moderating atmosphere, and temperatures back to near normal for our Friday. And moving into our Friday night, we'll see a cold front move through the region, giving us a possibility of seeing a shower. The European here does have a chance of a shower as well for during the morning hours of Saturday. We'll continue to monitor that, but it looks like if we do see a shower, it will be brief and only some light rain. Moving into our Saturday evening, we'll see a brief area of high pressure build in before we see, looks like a stronger system move through the region on Sunday with an area low pressure moving through the Great Lakes, cold front moving through our region, and then transferring some energy with an area low pressure over the northeast states for Sunday evening into Monday. And that's going to give us some colder air moving the region on Monday and possibly seeing our first freeze across the region for early next week. And taking a look at the risk chart for today, we'll see a high today of 63 degrees, low tonight of 44 with those lighter winds. As I mentioned, some northwesterly winds gusting just below that wind advisory criteria, 25 knots today, possibly up to 24, 23 knots for this morning into the afternoon hours. And looking at our 24-hour terminal forecast, VFR conditions expected in the next 24 hours, and in general, just seeing some cirrus cloudiness across the region. Our tides are running normal. And looking at Wednesday into Thursday, Wednesday mostly sunny to partly cloudy, windy and mild, high of 67 degrees. Wednesday night, mostly to partly cloudy and breezy. Very slight chance of a sprinkle early, a low of 48. And for Thursday, mostly sunny, slightly breezy and cooler, high of 58 degrees. We'll see red conditions for our winds on Wednesday and Wednesday night, and a yellow condition for our Thursday. So the next 7 days, we'll see temperatures in general fairly seasonable for this time of year. We'll see temperatures today slightly below average, and then slightly above average for Wednesday, back slightly below average on Thursday with temperatures in the upper 50s. And for Friday, back in the lower 60s, and then back above average for Saturday into the upper 60s on Saturday and Sunday. We'll see that 30% chance of a shower late Friday as well as early Saturday, and then a better chance of rainfall looks like on Sunday. Right now the timing of that is still in question on Sunday, several days out, but overall looks like we'll see some rainfall, most likely Sunday afternoon and possibly Sunday evening. And then on Monday, temperatures fall below average. Highs expected right now in the lower to mid 50s on Monday, and as I mentioned, could be seeing our first freeze move into early next week with a much colder air mass moving in the region. Well, that's going to complete our 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. I hope everybody has a great day today. Back tomorrow morning at 8:15 and at 10 a.m.